So the pit is now covered, sweated out all the vodka I consumed on the stag do. Windy, so it's so hard to fly the drone. I thought the drone was going to be in Woodhead yesterday. May have broke the drone, just crashed it just now. Welcome back to Invercamey Weekly, episode 24. So the pit is now covered. I got back from Poland on Monday. Managed to cover the pit on Tuesday, sweated out all the vodka I consumed on the stag do. So as you can see, there's actually a black sheet underneath the green one. So there's a black sheet covering the whole pit. I think there's probably about 4 sheets, so each section in the shed. So as you move forward, you can just remove the sheet as we go. I know some people cut it, but we normally try and use the sheets, well, for a number of years, to be honest, probably longer than we should use them. But we've also got the green sheet in the bottom there, which is a weighted sheet, and then we've got the bales on top. So we haven't quite got enough bales to cover the whole pit, but once we start combining that, we'll get some bales and we'll get some more to cover the pit, because Mum actually uses these bales for the calf house. Are quite handy just to carry through and mum to bed all the young stock with. So yeah, they're quite handy, although Dad loves covering the pit with the bales, but I don't particularly like it because it means we end up having to carry them back to leave them for next year. Instead of, it's not so bad if we were using them as we go. So once we got to the back of the shed, they're all finished, but what we end up doing is carrying them back to leave them for next year's silage. So you end up with stacks and stacks of bales at the back, and then they've got to come off the sheet. So I don't particularly like it, but it is quite a good seal for sealing the silage pit. You can also see that the last few fields we did were a little bit wetter. We actually managed to get all the silage in. I thought we weren't going to get half the field in Woodhead, but because it was a little bit wet, it tramped a lot better, so we got it all in. So it is leaking slightly, but nothing to be concerned about. So it compacted well, so overall, really happy with how it's went. It's Friday, and today we're spreading slurry, so we're actually pumping it. We've got a submersible pump down into our tank, and it pumps the slurry all the way up to our slats. So it's just water that's in there just now, because it originally came out of the separator. The thick stuff comes out of the separator, and the water just goes all the way down to the tank there, and that's storage through the winter. So we're actually spreading that storage just now. So it's going on to our slurry ground. So it's pumped up to here, then into our slats here. So you can see it there. Straight into our slats, and then the tanker just fills here. We actually used to originally suck it down all the way down there with a pipe that the tanker just sucked it directly, all the way from the tank. But it was really hard in the pump of the tanker. So what we ended up doing is getting the submersible pump, as I said before, sink it down into the tank, tie the pipe all the way along there, and then depending what field we're going into, it either goes into the tank where where it is just now, or it can go in where the separator is there just now, so we can get around the back here. So Andrew's already done 3 fields this week. I haven't had much of a chance to catch him, but hopefully we'll get some footage just now.
My bags packed, timeline on track. My winter coat stuck in the closet way back. I won't be needing that. I won't be needing that. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine. Freedom. the hurt and the bad times. I'm feeling so alive, I'm feeling so alive. Hey, yeah. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
It's Saturday morning and that's me just about to fill a few loads of slurry. I've just finished the milking, so I'm away to put the pipe in, switch it on and get it pumping up to the slats here so I can fill it.
I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
So this is me down at the tank. As you can see there, ignore the greenage growing on top of the tank. So we're almost 3 sections down. So Andrew's already spread on 3 fields. This is the 4th that I'm away to do that Andrew started yesterday. It's just getting a bit windy, so it's so hard to fly the drone. I thought the drone was going to be in Woodhead yesterday, so we didn't actually spread much yesterday. It was just too windy. So we're away to spread a load this morning, see what it's like. But it's quite windy this morning, so I'll see how I get on, but it might not get much done today either. I just don't like spreading it in the wind either, so we'll see how we go. But it's almost down to the 3rd section, and this tank's 4 sections deep. But obviously with the pump that's pumping it up, it won't completely drain the tank because it probably leaves maybe a couple of feet in the bottom. So we've probably got a depth of about 1 section left to go, and then that'll be us, we'll be empty. So I'm hoping to get this field finished and maybe get a little bit on the next field. There's a 5th field that we're debating whether we go with mucking it, we're debating if we'll actually graze it with the cows, if we need it to graze it with the cows, or if we're going to cut it for silage. So there's still a debate there, but I'd like to get, if I could get it covered with muck as well, that would just be ideal, but I don't think we've probably got enough to do that, but we'll see how we get on. So as I said, I don't think we're going to put fertilizer on the second cut, right or wrong. My dad does want to buy some, but I think we're probably too late now anyway. By the time it comes, it'll be too late. We really need to get it on straight away as soon as it's cut to give it a boost. But I just wonder what everyone else's thoughts are. Our silage pit will cover the cows, so that'll winter all the cows until they go back out in the springtime, so that's not an issue there. The bales are only for the younger stock and maybe some of the dry cows. So it's just to nurture them through the winter more than anything. So I think we've got enough acres now that we won't need to put fertiliser on it. It might not be quite as good a quality as it could have been with fertiliser, because it might come to a head quicker, but I'm going to take a chance because fertiliser I think still somewhere between 700 and 800 quid. Last year we bought for about 260, so you can see why I don't really want to buy, especially if I think I can get away with it. But I just wonder what everyone else's thoughts are. Leave a comment below if you think I should have bought fertiliser. May have broke the drone. Just crashed it just now. Just going to have a look to see if it's broken or if it's not. Thankfully looks okay. So windy. Won't be spraying any more slurry today anyway, I don't think. Far too windy. Thought I'd try that. I wasn't going to try the drone up, but I thought I'll chance it, see if I can get some decent shots, because I couldn't get any decent shots yesterday when I was filming Andrew. So windy then as well, but I'm just scared that it ends up over that direction, it ends up in the middle of Woodhead or something like that, because the wind is going that direction. That's it for this week's video. A little bit disappointed with the lack of content I've got putting the slurry out this week. Just with the wind, I haven't been able to video, unfortunately, hardly anything this week, because as soon as I get the drone up, it's almost, well, it's blowing away really, as I showed you there just now. Try my best to get it up there to get some nice shots of the drone, but it's so hard to steer, like you're almost like steering it into the wind, and then it's trying to get it go forward, but it won't go anywhere because the wind's pushing against it, so it's difficult to get any shots done. I was also hoping to get some of the shots of Dad's actually started putting the weed killer onto the barley. He started doing that earlier in the week. I missed that opportunity, but he's only done one field, but he hasn't got back to it just because of the wind. So again, that's another missed opportunity there, but hopefully you've enjoyed this week's episode. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next week.